Hi guys, this is Carol, and if you have not done so just yet, please like and subscribe to my channel and share with a friend. Hi guys, it's Carol. I'm back and she's alive. Yes, I had a close call there, but I'm excited. I know I've been hyping up this blue winter nail set, and I'm not going to keep you waiting long. I'm just going to go at it. Yesterday, I wanted to show you my table, and I forgot I didn't have any pants on. So today, I remedied I remedied that situation. So I'm just going to show you what I have here and what I'll be working with, and so that you guys can get excited along with me about what I have going on. So yes, remember we talked about, these are just my swatches, guys. Don't talk about my snowflakes or whatever those things are supposed to be, my little icicles falling down. I know what it means when I actually do the job. So I just wanted to show you what it takes to get me inspired. It's not just a simple, hey, Carol is going to do some nails. I do put some work into it. Of course, I'm not going to put all of the stuff that is here, but it just goes to show, whew, yes, and that I thought about it. And I hope that what I have in my mind and what I portray is actually what I really want to do. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes a little bit. And I bought these tips, came in my shipment yesterday. And guys, don't you know I ordered the wrong ones? And I've never used these before. The square seekers. I don't care. I'm going to use them. So not only is this going to be my winter set, it's actually going to be a challenge because, you know, with each different shape of nails, it has a different way to file them, right? So it is what it is. And we're going to go in and I'm going to take my time and I am going to give this the best shot I have. And I'm so excited. I've been coughing up my lungs and stuff like that. And I'm so happy that I feel good now and I'm excited. And let's do some nails. Come along with me. Hi guys. The long-awaited blue winter set. Like I said, I think I purchased the wrong tips, but I think it will work. I'm a professional. That's not going to keep me from doing what I do. So right here, I have my monomer, and today I am using my Not Polish monomer. And guys, there is so much going to go into what I'm doing that I am going to be introducing each element one at a time because it's going to take a little bit of work, and I want to make sure that I can see my hand I can see what I'm doing, and most importantly, you can. So I'm going to be using my favorite nail brush. You guys know I'm picky. And I'm using shop cloth today, my homemade hand rest that I absolutely love. And I am doing the pop-off method, which means I have some gel on my fingernails and I am going to pop these off shortly after. I'm going to be doing my right hand, doing my left hand, and I'm going to do the opposite hand on another video. All right, so let me just get a pair of gloves on that hand and we'll get this party started. Oh, I don't know that I can get my hand in there right now. I should have put it on first. Okay, so as you can see, I pre-selected. I did that off camera because, like I said, I was using this for the first time and I really did not want to be looking like a bumbling fool trying to figure out which tip goes where. And so I'm going to start with my index finger. Y'all forgive me for kind of feeling. So that one is going to be a blue, which is called I Got the Blues. And it's by Icicle, I Got the Blues. Okay. And there's a story that I am trying to build here. And it's going to be blues, starting with a darker blue on my thumb, and it's going to go along and it get lighter. But I can't really explain it until I really get to working on it. And usually when I am doing pigmented powder, of course, you guys know I will put down a clear coat of Entourage Nail Gallery clear or some self-leveling powder. But because I have the gel on my nails, I don't have to worry about it staining my natural nail. And this one is going to be, oops, we don't want none of that going on too early to start that foolishness. Guys, if you hear me cough, please forgive me for that. I actually did another video and I tried to do a voiceover because I was coughing on the video, and I still coughed through the voiceover and had to do some multiple takes. I'm going to try my best not to, but as you guys know, I had a upper respiratory infection, which took 2 rounds of antibiotics to get me to start feeling like I'm not going to die. So it is not my intentions to do that, but the antibiotics is doing its job. And at this point, I'm just coughing to get, I have 2 more days of antibiotics to get whatever was making me sick out. And I'm trying to do this video without having to edit it. And because I'm talking live, you know, if you have to go back and edit, then because you coughed, you might lose some of the content of what I was saying. So, but as for this nail is concerned, I have never used the C-curve nails. I always use non-C curve. So I am deciding that I'm not going to quit. I'm going to challenge myself. So this set is going to have some hand drawing. It's going to have some encapsulation. It's just going to be a bunch of different things going on here. And like I said, this powder is I Got the Blues by Icicle. So when I started off, I really wanted to do this with, what do you call it? A couple of video backs, I swatched some Madame Glam. And as I started digging deeper and deeper into what it is I wanted to do, my visions started growing, and it was something that I just could not do with, what do you call it? Gels alone. And it evolved into something else. So like I said, I pre-selected the tips, and then I pre-selected the tips, I apply them, and then I cut them to the desired length. And guys, you know, in the salon, there is no way I can wear these. It's going to be popped off as soon as I do them. So I have to be very careful to keep my side walls absolutely clean. Woo! Then I'm going to come in with some Kiara Sky. I feel for blue. And I am going to also work on this one with some glitter powder. I have a couple of glitter powder. One of them is Blue Rain, and this one I'm not sure. It says clear, but it's obviously not clear in there. So let's get to applying. And guys, I love, there's a lot of product out there that is really good. Oops, in the wrong place. Don't want you there. I like Kiara Sky products because it could be applied when you're using pigmented powders, it could sometimes be challenging, to say the least, right? And there's a company, I wouldn't say the name, but when I had bought some of their products, it was so pigmented that I had a hard time, and it wasn't that's not their thing. That's why I don't want to say the name of the company. That was a me thing, learning to use their powder. And so I don't want to spread no bad publicity out there. Oops. When the problem is not the company, the problem was me having to learn how to use their products. And so when you're using pigmented powder, sometimes it could be a little bit challenging if you don't know how to use pigmented powder. That's why when you're learning, it's sometimes easier to learn with. Don't do that. I'm sorry for being so quiet, guys. I have to get myself mentally in the headspace that I need to be in. Because if I'm not in a mental headspace that I need to be in, I cannot take you where I want to take you. And so I've learned in my old age to sometimes just be quiet. All right, because I know exactly what I want and I am having some challenges, so just be quiet. And this is Glam and Glitz Blue Rain. I don't know if you guys used to watch figure skating at the time of Olympics. And there was a young lady who, ironically, she was from, well, I don't know if it's ironic or not, but she was from the Ukraine. Her name, if you care to look it up, Miss Oksana Bayul. Oksana was an amazing figure skater. And when she would take to the ice, she was a teenager. I mean, young teen. When she took the ice by storm, she was an orphan who had talent, and one of the professional skaters saw her and took her under his wings and became her trainer because he saw that Oksana Bayul had what it took to be a star. And she did become a star. I'm saying all of that to say this. In her genius, when she took to the ice, if she wasn't in the right mental headspace, she would not take her arms down for the music to start. And so sometimes the silence would get awkward, but Oksana was not ready. And she was not going to skate 1 inch. She wasn't going to skate 1 inch until she got there. So when I get silence, I'm getting into that space. And sometimes when you lay down, you get sick and you lay down, you really have to get back into the things that you do. I went into the salon yesterday and I was only able to do 1 client because I had not been sleeping. Because as the night comes in, as soon as it's nighttime and I lay down, I would start having these violent coughing fits. So I did get some rest yesterday. And my husband is taking awesome care of me. You all bless that man because he got to put up with my bullshit. I already screwed up. I'm going to have to use a blue line. I may have to put some music in where I get overly silent, but I'll have to listen to it. I'm not going to encapsulate this in clear until I use my hand file and go over the top of this to make sure that the blues are sitting exactly where that my lines are crisp. All right, and that's what we're going to be with that one for right now. There is some marbling happening when I first lay the product down, but for the most part, once it settles in and you get it, the temperature of the room in here is giving me a hard time. But once it dries, the marbling goes away. So when you first pick it up, the blue look like it's gonna sort of like give you that marble look. But once it dries clear. Alrighty, now we cooking with gasoline. The temperature in here is off, guys. Right, I'm gonna have to hand file that a little bit to get me where I want to go with this. Trust the process. I know I want to do the pinky. I'm gonna skip one and come back to that. I want to do the pinky all. Drop in the description box if you use the C curve and if you have a video on the C curve. I don't think I've ever used them before. I'm not being challenged just yet by the shape because I'm not doing any shaping right this second apart from the application shaping in the application process. But oh, I should put a solid color towards the back. Yes, I am feeling that. So I don't know how many of you live in a state where there is snow. But if you live anywhere in not so much New York. You would have to be upstate New York, I think. But upstate New York, sort of like Poughkeepsie, Buffalo area, um, you in Boston or Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, when you get a good snow that falls, right? There is, most people will see blue, but if, I mean, white, you just see the white snow as a macro view of what you're seeing. But on a micro view, and when the light shimmers over the snow, you see a bunch of turquoises and silvers and stuff like that, or you can see it. I know I've seen it. We go skiing in New Hampshire, Vermont, and that is what this powder is giving me right here. So I am actually, I really didn't plan on doing it, but I am going to do a I feel for blue in the back of this one. And hopefully I don't mess up. Boy, if you don't have the right temperature in a room, yes, I think that was a good move right there. I originally had planned to make it a solid glitter, but oh, do I pick up too much? And of course, you guys know none of my sets is ever completed without some Entourage Nail Gallery Clear. And that's what I'm going to encapsulate this one with. I wasn't sure if I was going to do both hands, but I think, guys, let me don't commit to anything just yet, but I'm feeling it. I'm gonna let that settle down for a second and revisit this nail. So on this nail right here, I'm going to move some of these out of my way. I'm going to use a powder called Night Sky. And I'm going to punctuate the Night Sky with, I believe I want to use a deep blue on the Night Sky. And I don't care how dark the night is, as long as the world keeps turning. Let me make sure I can see my hand. It will always be turning towards the light. So I tested this before, but I just want to make sure. I want to test it one more time before I actually do it and make sure that I have the right color blues to do what I needed to do. Yeah, okay. So Night Sky is a pretty dark, and that's also by, the Night Sky is also by, I'm having some issues making sure I can see. Oh, you can see. Where's my thumb? Okay. Night Sky is a pretty dark, but it has a lot of shimmers in there. So I am going to put this one forward. And this is the morning that the night sky is coming towards, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't matter if it's quarter past midnight and it's really, really dark. It's always turning towards the light. So we're going to put the lighter blue in the front and the darker blue is going to come in the back. And I'm only going to do one hand at a time and upload it because I didn't want the video to go on and on and on. And like I said, guys, I'm using this tip for the absolute very first time. And it took me all those nails to start feeling comfortable with my application because I wasn't sure. I don't know if anybody else has, if you're known for using one particular style, it could be a little bit challenging. I hope I'm not coming off camera here. Let's get some night sky in there and you'll see what I mean. Isn't that a gorgeous freaking blue? So this is the night sky moving towards the light. Guys, I am all for brand loyalty and stuff. And see, what happened was, right, I deleted a bunch of photos off of my videos so that I can videotape this tutorial. Well, I didn't realize I had to delete it from the trash can as well. So I ended up not being able to record me actually filling in the rest of the nails. Okay, so I apologize for that. My husband went out for a run and I did not know how to clear up some space on the phone. So we end up losing the rest of the application and most of the hand filing that went along with this video. So as of right now, I am actually using my not polished hand file for the first time and I'm absolutely enjoying it. I never thought I would use a 100 hand file to file my nails. So I did use a 100 zebra from Not Polish, and then here I am going in with some e-filing, working on the cuticle area and really squaring up this set. So like I said earlier on, I purchased the wrong set of tips and I wasn't sure how to file them. Like, I've used the square ones before, but not the C-curve ones. So that kind of took me for a little bit of a loop. But I was able to finish the job. So as you can see, I am just retrofitting the nails to my hands and cleaning up the cuticle area, making sure I seal it well. And I'm using a tornado bit. And I believe at this point I was running the e-file at 14,000 RPMs. That's a comfortable speed for me. I'm going to upload it. Also, guys, remember I have these tips that I'm using for the first time. See, I'm working sort of like underneath the nail. I wasn't sure if that's what I was supposed to be doing or not. Yeah, right underneath there, I was kind of working that C-curve out some. Because I have to look up somebody's video who uses that particular. I really couldn't tell if that's what I was supposed to do or not. However, in the end, I think I made all the right judgment calls because I absolutely loved the rendition of the blue nails. It looked a little bit too. Yeah, right underneath here. Was I supposed to do that? And here it is. I'm making sure that the line remains straight. I do the shapes that I do. I'm not necessarily. You know, the thumb can sometimes be very pesky. It's on the side of your body. But I worked with it. And this is the nail that when the video went off, it went off while I was working on this nail. So on this particular nail, we have two different shades of blue, even though they're very subtle. The tip is lighter than the back part. Yes, indeed. Okay. And had I known all of that was going to happen. So I pretty much think I'm satisfied with the overall look. And I'm just making sure that, you know, the last minute cuticles work is on point. Sometimes, guys, when you really psych about doing something, all sorts of stuff happens. And it was like life was giving me lemonades with this set. And I was like, I'm going lemons. And I was like, I'm going to make some lemonade. And I'm glad I stuck to it. Okay, so guys, I am using. My husband always tries to mess up my videos with the TV. And he is watching James Bond, so that is definitely going to be a violation on this channel. So I'm going to close the door. Yeah, I don't want that sound on my video. So where we at? Okay, we're doing some more hand filing here. So you guys know these are the original files before everybody got so popular doing nails. It's the original files that your nail tech you probably would have encountered at your nail. A little bit more e-filing on the cuticle. And when I'm comparing them, I'm comparing to see if there was any improvement done to the hand file based on what I was using before. And I can safely say that there is some improvements to the file. For one, policing up the tips, the thickness of the file. And I was just showing you, I was like, when you have a hand file, I always like to compare it to something else, and I was showing that the size of the e-file improved, and I really like the performance of the Not Polish hand file. As you guys know, I do not have any affiliations with Not Too Shabby. Not Polish. I kept on having to tell myself, Carol, trust the process. You know what you're doing. You're a professional. Just do this. I can tell you guys right now, I'm a fan. I was seeing a little bit of a rounding on the side, and I knew I had to take it off from the top. And then it beveled itself a little bit, so right now I'm just working that beveling out. Going across the top and making sure I take the bulk down so I get a nice, even, flat surface. And so now I'm using my sponge file buffer, and I am using the 180 side or the 100 side, and then I'm going to use, is it 100? Guys, don't get me to tell y'all no lies. Yeah, so I'm using the 100 side, and then I'll use the 180 side. Checking for smoothness. Guys, don't mind my silence. I'm just resting my voice. So, okay, in comes my buffer, my spot. I don't know. You guys know I call this my chamois buffer. And I'm really going for that final smooth. And I don't move on from the buffing part until I am 100% satisfied. So I'm putting a little bit of cuticle oil around the cuticle area, and I'm just making sure that the nails are completely sealed before I get up from the table to go wash my hands. And this allows me to see. This is almost like putting top coat on temporarily, so I can see around the cuticle area that it's nice and sealed. And then I'm going to go wash my hands, and I will be back to do my design work. So now my hands are clean, and I'm going to do the artwork part of this set. So my art gel is what I'm using to do the artwork section. And I'm going to start by drawing, pull your hands back, Carol. My cinematography is not going to win anybody any awards. Okay, so I'm drawing a white line across the cut in the middle of the nail. And then while I was doing that, and I started thinking about the design that I was going to put on it, I decided to cure the line, and then I went over the top with some clear gel polish, and then I came back and did my drawings. And I'm also using some Sugar It or Sparkle It by Nat Polish to sparkle the wet white lines that I just put down. And then I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. I'm going to change the, I'm going to change the, what do you call it? So after I cured it for 60 seconds, I brushed it off, and then I am going to, I believe I'm going to draw my snowflake right now. But before I did that, no, I actually started drawing it and then remembered, hey, wait a second, you might want to put some clear gel down, because then I wouldn't be able to go in between the snowflakes to fix it later. Sorry about that, guys. My husband turned the ring light off. This is when I came to the realization, wait a second, maybe you might want to top coat clear first. You know what? I should have. Yes, I'm talking to myself now. Yeah, maybe you should top coat this first and then come back and do that work. So right here, I had to redraw the artwork that I had just cured. So I'm putting the top coat on. We're going to cure the top coat for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to come back and draw in the artwork. I'm going to color in the artwork and start over because I need to sugar the inside. Sugar the what do you call it? The snowflake. I need to sugar the snowflake. So right now I'm actually drawing the snowflake. So we had a little bit of a back and forth there. How did I want to approach it? And I kind of got it right now. So I'm drawing the snowflake and I'm using the brush from the inside of the Gel Art white paint. And I'm just drawing some lines right here. A bunch of diagonal lines that will eventually form into a snowflake. So you can pinch and expand the video right here if you're interested in seeing what that looks like. It's a real simple snowflake. And I'm drawing some little peaks in the middle of each one of those lines that I just drew in. It's kind of hard for me to explain how to draw a snowflake. You're going to have to look and see how simple it is first to begin with, so you don't have to be intimidated that you've never drawn one before. This was actually really my first attempt at doing this particular style of snowflake. And I was totally surprised at how simple it was to draw. Yeah, so I am just filling in the little snowflakies, and I'm going to go ahead and cure that. Oh no, I'm sugaring it first. Tap off the excess sugar. And then we're going to go ahead and cure that for another 60 seconds. So I'm going to brush it off. And I took a good look at it and I was so excited that I actually made a snowflake. On my index finger, we're going to do the same thing again. And I have to pull myself back and said, wait a second, maybe you should gloss this one as well. I'm thinking about it. What do I want to do right here? But I'm having too much challenges. I'm going to have to. So I guess I decided to gloss it. And that's when I realized how beautiful that blue was. And then I decided, go ahead and gloss the other nails. And after I was finished glossing it, that I would start the nail art. Because what I had in my head and what I was trying to do kind of had me a little bit confused as to which step should come first here. That's what's going on. I'm playing tic-tac-toe with my brain, trying to figure out, okay, what artwork I'm going to put down. Do I need to gloss it first or do I need to wait until after? And I went with the idea of glossing the nails first so that it has a shiny. If I have to go in between the little intricate drawings, I might not get the glossing down really clean. So, yeah. And so I just give it a little wipe off for the excess gel, and I'm going to cure that for another 60 seconds. So I'm going to put my hand on my little trusty homemade hand rests. I really, really do love that thing. And I guess I also need a bottle of gel liner, huh? Gel art liner. This time I think I'm going to purchase the not polished ones. I've never used theirs, but I think that's what I want to do. So what are we thinking about here? And they're glossy though. This is the first time I'm using not polished glosset, and I am telling you, I am totally and 150% happy. So on the pinky, I'm drawing some snowflakes, which I intend to sugar as well. And guys, these are the simplest artwork if you're a beginner and you want to do something fun, but you don't have a whole lot of skills. It practically requires no skills at all. Pinch and expand your video right here. I'm just using my dotting tool, and I am going to put some dots in some strategic places. And on my last video that I put up in anticipation of this one, I said on the voiceover that the gel liner brush was my first ever gel liner brush. Of course, you guys knew that's not what I meant. What I meant was it was my first ever not polished just gel liner brush. So I was like, oh, you're going to have to clean that up on another video. But I have plenty of gel liner brushes. This is just my first not polish. And so after I made the dots, I'm just taking a liner brush and just pulling from the middle into each and every single one of the circles. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a snowflake. And then I'm going to draw a second one a little bit lower down. And so now you understand why I needed to put the glosset down first, because there would be no way for me to really gloss the nail in between those fine little dots that I'm putting there and then drawing a line between them. I love the holidays. I love Christmas. But I just feel like the red and white and the Christmassy stuff. I like these stuff that says, I like the stuff that says holiday or winter. You have so many options that you want to do. You can do Christmas, holiday, or winter for the holiday season. And for right now, I'm choosing winter. Snowflakes. No Rudolph just yet. So here it is. I am using one of my swatches and I'm sugaring the snowflake before I cure it. So I'm back on and off camera. I am curing at my ring finger. And on the ring finger, I am going to be attempting to do some icicles, which is really simple, guys. You don't have to have any skills. Like I may have seen somebody do this, like just barely seen somebody do it. And I decided that I was going to attempt it on this one. And so I did sort of like an ombre. It wasn't ombre. It was half of it. I did sort of like a little marbling with some blue and some glitter. And then I put some dark blue in the back. And then I just joined it together with the icicles. And I thought that was very appropriate for this part of the nail job. And then I'm just joining the icicles in the middle. And then I'm going to sugar that as well. And I'm going to also cure that. And then on the index finger, I'm just going to draw a line and a snowflake, sugar it, and then cure it all together to start pulling this nail job. And at this point, I felt like, yes, you had something. Like I kind of pulled off the, I'm beginning to think that anyways, that I pulled off what it is I had in my head that I wanted this blue set to look like. You guys feel free to drop a comment in the description box and let me know what you think about this set. Did I hit it out the ballpark? Do I need to go home and do some more homework on my freestyle? Did I get a passing grade? My husband says he likes it, but he didn't got no choice but to like it. Isn't that cool? How simple you draw those. And I'm going to sugar that a little bit. Yes, don't forget to sugar the ring finger, the icicles. And then I sugar the index finger. And then I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. Alrighty, I got dust them off. And now we have the thumb. What are we going to do with the thumbnail? So I decided to just draw some little stars and put some dots on there. So the stars, I'm going to put them down in sort of like a triangular position. And then I'm going to draw in a few stars just by crisscrossing my brush from the center and creating some just the stars you would draw when you were a kid. Yes, that starburst, more like a starburst star. That's the best way I can describe that one. Just a series of X's in opposite direction. So I took a nail art class one time, and they said when you draw, if you put your dots in triangular positions, it's much more aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. And I find that to be true. So, you can choose a right angle triangle, isosceles triangle. We don't care what type of triangle you use. As long as you put them in a triangular shape, it's very pleasing to the eyes. So that's what I did. After I'm finished with this, when I went back, I put some little dots in between. You're not going to see that on this video, but I felt like it was missing something, and I went back and I put some dots. But right here, I'm just doing the same process I did on the other fingers. I am sugaring the little juvenile stars that I put on there, and I'm going to cure that for another 60 seconds, and we'll be right back. So as promised, I'm back, and I guess just gonna have to dust that off, dust the little sparklies off, and at this point, I'm saying to myself, Carol, this is cute. Okay, at some point, at the end, I'm gonna put a little photo shoot at the end of this video, but I'm telling you guys, I was totally happy with it, and I hope you enjoy looking at it. Enjoy the photo shoot. And from this photo shoot, you can tell I was feeling myself going into this nail job and coming out of it. Y'all gotta forgive me, guys. I love myself. But no, seriously, what is the point of spending all this money and all this time in doing your nails if you can't show them off? If you can't get dressed up and like really enjoy that couple $100 you just spent to have your nails done? So, yes, I was feeling these nails. I absolutely hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you think about it. Did I do a good job? Like I said, did I hit it out of the ballpark? Are those nails on point or not? If you would like to see more work like this, please let me know. Thank you for watching.